Right, this is the goat willow tree, and as you can see it's got a nice big trunk there and plenty of leaf cover on the top. And this was the bits that we took off yesterday, and as you can see that side was totally rotten, so that had to come off, and the same with this side. So the two trunks where it is split was very unsafe, and yeah, so they've been taken down. The main part of the trunks has gone for firewood, and all the leaf canopy has gone to the goats. So, but hopefully now the rest of it will grow up nice and strong. Now while I'm here, I want to show you. That was an ash tree we took down yesterday. There's the boss coming over. Your breakfast is up there. And I'll have to go and show them where their breakfast is. They didn't see me putting it out. Up here, up here. Come on. Come on, Buffs. Come on. Come on. Come along, Petunia. This was another ash tree that was taken down because of ash dieback. Come on, breakfast is there. There you go, you found it. Good girls. Hello, Lily. Hello, little babies. All of the joys of spring. Hello, Lavender. Go and get some breakfast then. Go on. The others will eat it all up. Yeah, little fella. Come on. Yeah, little calves are getting quite friendly. Anyway, back to the trees. Yeah, so that was one of the ash that we took down yesterday. And but let me show you what the problem with them is. We've got lots of hawthorn along here, and hazel, and oak, elderberry, more goat willow. It's a nice good mixture, but unfortunately a lot of it has grown into trees and hasn't been kept as hedge line. And our plan is to replant up a mixture of native hedging, especially where we're having to, as you see, we've had to take out lots of bits that were rotten and falling over. They've become too top heavy, they become dangerous. There's a nice oak tree. Right, now at the end of this field here, there's a nice big ash. That one there. Nice big healthy canopy. But this one beside it, or further up the side, as you can see, has got ash dieback. And if I stand underneath it here, you can see all the cankers where it's all starting to rot. And what happens is these branches fall. If we don't take the tree down, it will, I mean, it's just all of the main branches are just riddled with ash dieback, and it starts dying sort of inside out, and then up the top the canopy starts going, and the branches weaken and fall off, and we could end up where the whole tree comes over. And the sun come over there was all ash dieback, and some of them broke and went on the fence line, and at the end of the day we have to be aware. Up here, as you can see, we're quite exposed. We're at the top of the mountain, and we do get a lot of high winds, and it can be very dangerous having dead and dying trees could easily fall on us, fall on livestock, can take down the fences, and it can cause a lot of damage. So where we see evidence of ash dieback, we're working our way round and removing them. And like I said, the plan will be, you know, we're not going to take everything out, but in between where we have gaps, we will plant up some native hedging. So it's all about getting it all back in order. And as it stands, you know, these trees, when you look at them, they'll provide a bit of shade in the following field, but they're not providing any protection from the elements to any livestock that are in these fields, because all the canopy's up there. So we will have to work on what we do. As you look around, you know, you can see there's lots and lots of evidence of ash dieback here. And yeah, so it's just one of them things that has to be dealt with, but none of it goes to waste. The goats don't eat the ash canopy, unfortunately, so it's hello Paigey, please. All the smaller branches with the foliage on, we end up chipping up, and then it gets after it's been sitting there for about a year, we use it around the polytunnels in the vegetable area. So yeah, so I'll see if I can take some photos of the trunks. I don't know how much young Martin cut it up to, but I'll see if I can take some pictures of the trunks that we took off from there, which has got you know, it can't be turned to firewood this year. That'll be next year, year after, when that is all turned to firewood. So right, off I go to take some pictures and take my dog back home. Right, this is the trunks from the goat willow that was taken down yesterday, or the two parts, and as you can see, they're quite rotten and hollow. Yeah, so at any point, you know, that could have, high winds this winter, autumn winter, you know, that would have brought it down. Yeah, and it could have caused damage to fences, it could have injured livestock, because that's the alpaca fields that it was overhanging into. Could have been damage to equipment, or even one of us could have got injured. All right, while I'm here, this is all woods. It's yeah, this is all waiting to be, it's seasoning, that's what that's doing, seasoning. Right, and that's the good thing with ash, because you can burn it straight away. Now, talking of ash, this tree here was a big ash at the bottom of the garden, and as you can see, it put out several branches off its trunk. I can't really get a proper picture of it, but like a lot of the ash, when we take it down, I don't know if you can see in there, but there was the main part of the trunk in there, and there was lots of branches, you know, that came off it. So it's a big old tree, but it had signs of ash dieback. And being that close to a building as well, I'll show you, it was right next to my workshop. So yeah, it was decided to take it down. So it was yeah, taken down, but it has regenerated up, and we keep it sort of trimmed off now. So it's just like a nice big hedge instead of a big sprawling tree, and it does offer a lot of shelter, and there's a lot of birds that live in there as well. And it's the same, you know, we've got the holly growing up through it now, and the brambles and the wild roses, and yeah, so it has all regenerated. And although looking at it, there's other little bits of dying back. And this is what happens with ash dieback. It's airborne, and because there's so much ash around here, I can't really show you because it's not fair. If the diseased trees aren't taken down, the spores spread, and I can look around and all I can see is diseased trees. We've got, you know, we're keeping what healthy trees we've got, but we're fighting a losing battle unless everybody, you know, sings from the same hymn sheet as us. You know, take down the diseased trees, let's save what trees we've got, and you know, and hopefully then the trees, they will regenerate up, and we can hopefully eradicate or at least control or reduce the disease. So this is all ash that's been cut up, and there's more ash there waiting to be cut up into logs, but you can see it's like that one, you know, rotten all the way through, disease, got all these cankers and splits in. So this is sort of how it starts, you know, with the bark splitting, like fissures on it. You know, I see it's starting to rot the inside there. Yeah, so that's my my little bit on ash dieback. Other people have other ideas and they say, oh, let's just leave it and, you know, the trees will build up a resistance, but we've been here 7 years and all we've seen is more and more trees come to it. There's Paige trying to hide. She's trying to tell me it's time for her milk. You want your milk? Yeah, she wants her milk. She knows in the morning after the feed she gets her milk. So let's go and give Paige and Mia their milk, and then that's me done for the morning feeds.